Okay, here we go. That's a good intro. Yeah, very good. So, here's a funny little video we got over here. A kid crashes his dad's car. Specifically, it's a BMW. Stated from the video. I got two clips right here. I'm just gonna show them. Uh, but yeah, these videos are super funny, pretty hilarious. You know, some funny stuff. It's like because we'll start off with like the first video. It looks like a normal. Well, it looks like a normal video of like a kid driving his dad's car, just doing funny little donut spins around like a working parking lot. Like it doesn't even look like a normal parking lot. It looks like you like one of those places where you drive to like a work where you either work like at a separate like building, and it's like it's closer to like the factory side where you can see the trucks they could park to input like boxes, or maybe it's like in the back of like some type of supermarkets. But it's funny because the kid drives. It looks normal. It almost looks like gets too close, like he's almost about to skid the car into the building. But then it's like he drifts too early and then runs into the metal stairs in the back. And the crash doesn't look brutal. It's not like a car crash where it's like boom, and it's like it seems violent and could potentially see some violent stuff. It's more like, oh, I'm just gonna park right here and look like a try to no clip through with the car model and the stair model, but no, the car slightly looks like from the far, it looks like it slightly goes inside, and then closer inspection, you see it's a lot of damage. You see the BMW, it's squirting some type of liquid. Uh, I don't want to make it sound weird. Probably oil, or maybe it's cleaner, like the cleaning water that comes from that you put that's put on the windshield so that the wiper goes through it. But yeah, the car looks totally messed up. Most surprising part is that it can drive, and it is pretty surprising. Yeah, I didn't know that the car could probably still drive, but I know that the back wheels do all the heavy lifting, mainly through driving. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. Looks all messed up, and then yeah, like when the cars crash like this, it kind of looks like it's like a transformer, mid transformation, about to transform into some type of Decepticon or Autobot or whatever. And you know what? That's how we're gonna end off the video. I would think, you know, if Transformers, like truly like the bad guys, were to transform into any vehicles that are not like military, weapon like vehicles of any kind, and they're supposed to be robots in disguise, they definitely transform into like common cars, especially ones that people wouldn't necessarily go for to have like a nice look. Obviously there could be like sports cars now that I'm thinking about it, and like a transformer could transform into some nice car, but that'd probably be like a they're on like a high secret mission, especially for maybe like an Autobot. They can look like a Dodge Challenger or the Goon Mobile, but particularly they appear they look like hand me downs, like especially for the Decepticons. Like they're probably they look like hand me downs just to secretly get the drop on Autobots or whatever other factions that I don't know specifically, like the Elite Guard if they were to arrive on Earth. If there was time traveling with Predacons, Maximals, Wreckers, you know, but yeah, necessarily, if they did have a nice looking car, it would definitely be like a car, a middle class parent would probably get, or they would look like sometimes they could be older, like maybe if they were not in America, like in a different country, like they say they'd be in the Volkswagen Beetle and like in Brazil or something, or a classic car in Europe, they would be particularly in disguise. But it would seem, yeah, it would seem a little bit too. It wouldn't seem super inconspicuous if a transformer, drives a super duper fancy car and got some custom plates, or they transformed it into a car that hasn't been widely, shipped yet, But hey, that's some food for thought. This is definitely gonna go on the secret channel, or maybe it might be an extra slot video, but you'll see this in the compilation.